show you how you can clean up your Mac. So remember to like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy this video. So the first thing I want to talk about is having files. That's one of my most favorite things on the Mac. It's that I can always just keep all of my things organized in the files. So if you have a certain amount of things that you need, for example, my YouTube channel file, it's where I keep all of my things, like all of my thumbnail photos, all of my screen recordings, and my logos, which I have 2 subscribe logos, and screen recordings. I just keep all of my screen recordings here. Probably keep this one in here too. And another thing is that all of my video recordings, I have this one, which I'll probably just trash out. I don't even need it, so I have it on my phone, but I keep all of my screen recordings in it, and like screen recordings, video recordings. Wait, hold on. No. These are my video recordings. These are like literal videos that I record on a phone or something, or on a camera. But my screen recordings are the ones that I record on my screen. I don't have any. I have this one, which is just Grow a Garden Music. I don't need it. I'll still keep it though, just in case, because I like using it in some of my videos. And now, my other thing that I like to do is keep my dock clean. So, for example, I can remove all of the apps that I don't need. For example, QuickTime Player, I'm actually using it right now to record this video. But like Apple Music, I don't use it at all. And in my apps, I just really have all of the things I need. For example, editing softwares, Notion, Photos, and Visual Studio Code. But you should really look around your Launchpad, since there are lots of apps that might be useful. For example, for me, I like creating apps. I like coding. So Script Editor is a really nice app that I could use. And there are actually many that are really nice, like Screenshot. And I don't really know what Freeform is. I actually never used it. Oh, I just remembered. It's something I don't really need. But yeah, so any apps that you don't need, just remove them from your dock. Just remove them. You won't need them. Like, I don't usually use Keynote. I can just keep that in my Launchpad. And I also don't use the wait, what are other apps that I don't use? I mean, like, not like Photo Booth. I'll remove it from my dock. Now, what I mean by Photo Booth is the webcam on this thing sucks. So I usually record on a phone or an iPad, but it doesn't really matter. Next is your browser. Yeah, your browser. For example, Safari, Chrome, Opera. Doesn't matter. DuckDuckGo. Okay, it doesn't matter. But you want to keep it organized. You want to and also make it a comfortable workspace for you. Like, keep all of the websites you need clean. Like, keep them clean. For example, all of these. Like, I use Facebook a lot of the time, and to sell my things, I use Canva to make my thumbnails, which I usually don't make at all. Google Docs I just use on my Chrome, but there is a nice trick I know, which is getting yourself a background. Because if your Safari browser looks like this, you won't want to even get on it. That's why I like to keep a background image on it, because so that I can keep it clean, I need a background image so that it actually looks nice, like this. This is actually a very nice one. I'm probably gonna keep it like this. But also, remember to keep bookmarks, because apps that you visit really often, you will need bookmarks for them. For example, YouTube Studio. Like, I literally get on it every day, which is good because I need it every day. And like my regular channel. And I also have the card game development community. You might be wondering what that is. That is actually a community that that I made with my friend, and just like we just like to create games, car games specifically. And other things I want to do is how to make a bookmark on Safari, which can sometimes be very, very useful. Like, I have done a full video about Safari tips and tricks, I think. But to add a bookmark, you basically just have to go to a website. I don't even know what website I should do. What about Adidas? Okay, what about Adidas? Okay. And then to actually make it your bookmark, you have to go up here, go to bookmarks, and wait, I actually kind of forgot. Add bookmark, and then over here you can select what your bookmark to be, what you want your bookmark to be called. For example, Adidas, and I'm pretty sure that you can customize it later. So then you press on add, and then once you have added it, it should pop up over here. You have Adidas, or right over here. And that's a cool trick, I know. So now so I've showed you how to do things like this on Safari, but I haven't showed you on Chrome, which is my everyday browser. I use Chrome all the time. So this is my background image on Chrome. I really like it, and I like the black tabs. And also, the new thing that they added was AI mode, which is really cool. I also have Google Search Labs available, and I really recommend it if you are if you're a researcher. I really recommend using Google Search Labs. It is really nice, a little bit better than Gemini. Okay, now let's go to Gemini. Actually, I will make a full video for it. The link will be in the description below, but yeah, I'm not gonna do it right now since this is how to clean up your Mac and how to make it a good workspace. Okay, so next you wanna delete files you don't need, since files that you don't need take up a lot of space. They take up a lot of space. I promise you, they will. I do have a flash drive connected right now, which is called Important Things. It used to be called Alexar, but yeah. And I have this background image. And since having a good background also can help you focus, you need to know what background to use that can actually help you focus. To switch your background, you can either go to Photos or go to System Settings. I love it on System Settings. It's much better. Unfortunately, I can't show you since it has some private photos in it, but you just have to go to System Settings, go to Wallpaper, and that's really it. And if you want a screensaver, if you want a good screensaver that you can use, one of my favorite ones is the Drift screensaver. It is so cool. Here, let me show you the preview. This is what the preview looks like, and that's what it will look like. It's awesome. I just love it. And now I want to talk about what you do. Yeah, what you do. So, for example, if you are a YouTuber or a video editor, a thumbnail maker, it doesn't really matter, because as long as you keep your dock clean, you should be able to have a good workspace. So like, for example, if you're a video editor, you would probably have a lot of video editing softwares. I want to quit it because I don't need but yeah. So like, for example, DaVinci Resolve. It's my favorite video editing software. If you can, I would also recommend downloading iMovie or what is it? I think it's like, well, let me check on the App Store. Because it's not available on my iMac because it's too old, but I would rather recommend iMovie or Final Cut Pro now. if you don't need the most professional software and you just need a good software that will work with your videos, I recommend getting DaVinci Resolve. But if you need the best software, I would either recommend getting DaVinci Resolve Studio, which is $300, or getting Final Cut Pro, which is made by Apple, and it's also $300. See, developer is Apple, and honestly, this looks exactly like DaVinci Resolve, so I really don't recommend it that much if you're not a professional video editor. I really just recommend DaVinci Resolve, or if you're a beginner, iMovie. iMovie just helps you get the basics. It helps you get the cuts and adding things like effects. Now, if you think that Filmora would be a good one, I do not recommend it. Literally, they unless you pay $15 a year, no, $15 a month, you'll have a watermark on your videos. Bro, just use DaVinci Resolve. It has the same features. And the last video that I made, which is the calming plants and nature, I used DaVinci Resolve to make it, and it looks awesome. And I will show a DaVinci Resolve tutorial in my next video, but that's really it. That's really it for today's video. So if there's anything else you would like me to explain, just tell me in the comments, and goodbye.